What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to switch it up a little bit, and we're going to talk about two of the hottest stocks that you guys can buy right now. We're going to talk about all their numbers. We're going to talk about why these stocks are so hot right now, and we're going to talk about the futures of these stocks as well that are going to help them grow, to help you guys grow your money. But first, if you guys aren't subbed to the channel yet, hit that sub button. It's the best way to stay up to date on all things stock market related news. And we're trying to hit 6,000 subs by the end of this month, and we only need like 200 more of you left. So if you're not subbed yet, change your life and hit that sub button. But without further ado, man, let's give some razzle dazzle and hop into it. And first things first, this is not financial advice. It's all entertainment purposes only. You guys know how it goes around here. We're just giving you guys what we think is best and, yeah, our opinions. So first stock is no shock to us. If you guys are new to the channel, we talk a lot about this stock on this channel. But if you guys are a part of our community so far, you guys know what we're going to talk about right now, and that's NIO. Yeah. NIO stock.
Yeah.
A lot of hate.
We have.
But
since this, we haven't done one of these videos in a while, we got to include NIO because why not?
Exactly. Exactly. But let's just go ahead and show you guys tip ranks. We'll start there, and then we're going to work our way over to the charts, and then we're going to talk about the future expansions of NIO. So looking at tip ranks right now, we can see that the upside, first thing you're going to notice is the upside. 60% upside from where it's at right now. Right now, NIO is sitting at $41.84 at the time of this recording. And it's got an average of $66.86, which this keeps climbing. These analysts keep raising this price target more and more every single day. And we got a high of $81. A high of $81. That is fantastic. That is just under 100% growth right there from where we're at right now. But we got 7 analysts right now saying all buy. No sell, no hold, no sell. We want to hold this thing. Now, there is a little bit of confusion here. A lot of things been going around on the market lately with China delisting fears and all of that stuff. We personally do not believe NIO will be delisted. China really wants NIO to be one of their strong suits when it comes to the EV sector, and we believe that is the main reason they will not pull NIO from the U.S. market, because when they do that, you're essentially pulling money out of NIO's pocket, which then what? That hurts China. So I cannot see them doing that, but be careful of those videos out there. Do your own research and your own due diligence when it comes to researching Chinese stocks, because there's always risk.
Yeah, China, like you said, there's risks, so only put in what you're willing to risk, obviously, because for whatever reason it could be delisted, although we don't think it's going to be. But just like you said, China wants to be number one in the EV space, in the world, and if they do anything, they crack down on EV stuff, that's just going to hurt NIO and, like you said, take money from NIO, and that's obviously going to hurt NIO, and they can't grow as fast, so they're not going to be number one, taken away from China's goal of, being number one in EVs. So we don't really see that happening.
Right, exactly.
The government has put billions into NIO, so why would they crack down on them?
Right, exactly. And we can see here that we got all of these analyst ratings right now and where they think NIO could go. The only one that's really down is Alexander Potter right now. He's down 66%. He's really the only outlier here. A lot of them up here in the 60s and 70s. And even Deutsche Bank has a buy rating and a price target of about $75 to $80 for NIO, which is really high. A lot of people follow Deutsche Bank when it comes to this because they really know what they're talking about when it comes to NIO. So now the real question comes is, when should I buy NIO? If you guys are deciding you're looking to buy NIO, when should I buy NIO? Personally, in this 40 range, I think it's a dumb place for NIO to be. I think NIO is totally undersold right now, or oversold.
Just look at the RSI. It just backs everything you just set up.
Exactly. Looking at this RSI, and this means relative strength index, which basically tells us how much it's overbought or oversold. And we can clearly see that NIO is way oversold, way down here in the 43 range. You usually want to see this hang around 50 for a decent price. That's usually when it bounces back up towards the 90, and we can see that we had it way up here at 55 about a couple weeks ago. Clearly was overbought, and we had a pullback all the way back down to I think we got down to 38s over the past week, and it was not good, and people clearly bought back in, and now again we're sitting at that $41.84. So me personally, I think dollar cost averaging into this right now would be a good chance to buy. And again, this is not financial advice. It's all entertainment purposes only. Do your own research and due diligence before buying any stocks. But again, I think this is a good chance to dollar cost average in, to raise and or lower your cost basis and just buy in these cheap shares, because I think, honestly, by the end of this year, I think this stock is going to be sitting anywhere between $70 and $75.
Yeah, and today was a really good green day. So tomorrow, there might be a little bit of a pullback. Usually, I try to buy only, on red days. So tomorrow could be that red day for you. If you're not in Neo at all, to throw in your first little chunk. But like you said.
Right.
Oh, I always dollar cost average everything I do. I always dollar cost average.
Now you guys might be asking us, hey, why should we invest in a Neo? What are their plans? What's going on with Neo? What makes them so great? First things first, I want to say I think the best thing going for Neo right now is the battery swap capabilities. I think the ability to swap a battery in and out of a car within 2-3 minutes, I mean, is outrageous. Like, that's faster than getting a tank of gas. That alone, beside the fact that they're trying to build 700 battery swap stations by the end of this year, is outrageous. And within the next 25 years, in the next 5 years, they're looking to have over 4,000 swap stations out, or just 4,000 swap stations in general. 3,000 in China and 1,000 outside of China, which to me is massive.
Yep, it's just insane. And then also you have the Europe expansion. They're getting into Norway now. They're going to be in Germany probably next, but they also want to get into a bunch of different European countries. And China is number one in global EV sales. They just now in the last couple months beat out Europe. So Europe and China, two best places, for the highest number of global EV sales. So they're going to be in both markets, so that's just going to add to, a lot more sales once they grow over there more.
Exactly. But another thing Neo has going for him is Neo Park, which is a massive park over in China that is being built for all these other manufacturers to come in and build this massive industrial park for the production of EV vehicles. And this park is expected to put out over 1 million vehicles, not just for Neo, but we're expecting Neo to get a big chunk of that production coming out of that park. Now, the Neo Park is not directly related to Neo. It just happens to have the name Neo Park, and it's spelled Neo instead of NIO. So don't get those two confused. But
yeah,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say they're one of the bigger investors in the park, so that's probably why they kind of got their name in it. But they're also building their own factory inside this park too, which I think. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but I think it's 100,000 to 150,000 capacity. So, and that's just out of that one factory. They have the Jack factory, their partnership with them, and they're expanding the Jack factory right now to do 240,000 a year. So 240, plus the 100, 150, that's going to be a lot of cars.
Right, exactly. And you expect the ET7, which is their massive flagship sedan that is coming next year in 2022.
Straight game
and
changer.
That is going to, honestly, that right there is going to be the big game changer for Neo. I think that's really going to help them break into even more markets. And I'm not even kidding, I cannot wait for that to come out. And I can't wait to see what they hold at Neo Day this year. Maybe we get a cheaper car. Maybe we get an ET5.
Right. I mean, the ET7 to me is the best EV out there.
Hands down.
The first thing I care about, or I think, most people probably care about when you buy an EV, what's the range? Right. Well, the range for the ET7 is literally the best thing you can get, which is 620 miles. And for the price, it's insane. Right. You would think that would be, a $200,000 car, or at least 150. Nah, it's half that. It's like 70,000. Right. So it's ridiculous. And for, Neo, if you don't know, is a premium brand. So premium, top tier, luxury brand plus 620 miles, and it's only 70,000. That's right. That's a hell of a deal.
Exactly. And that's only the start of Neo. There is so much more going into Neo that we haven't even got time to put in this video. Things like Neo Life, which they have over 3 million delivered products on that alone. And that that just adds more revenue. And I know, again, they got Neo Day coming up. They got more cars they're going to be announcing. They're still waiting to enter the mass market, which means a cheaper car. So again, there's a bunch of stuff coming out for Neo. And that's why we're putting it on our radar and on your guys' radar for a stock to buy now. Now, the other stock to buy now is No Sleeper. They just had their earnings yesterday. Another fantastic stock. We'll start off looking at it with tip ranks, and then we'll go from there and show you guys why we think this is another good one to look at, because they are, don't sleep on these guys. Don't sleep on them. So this next stock is going to be AMD. AMD, as much as you guys may or may not like AMD or Intel, whether you're not a fanboy or whatever, that doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that AMD is killing it right now. They just had their earnings, completely blew it out of the water as well. And let's just show you the tip ranks, and then we'll hop over to their quarterly earnings reports and show you guys what's going on. So looking at tip ranks, we can see that they have a little bit smaller of an upside, but there's still plenty of potential growth here. They actually just raised the high from 130 all the way up to 150. Right now, AMD sitting at about $97. This is a fantastic day today at the time of this recording at 7.5% on the day. Again, absolutely killing it. So again, with it being $97 upside up to 108. Which again is 11% upside, and they've got a little bit more of a mixed feeling on the moderate, or at least for the buy ratings from their analysts. 12 buy, 3 hold, and 2 sell. And again, they got a low of 70, an average of 108, and a high of 150. And if we scroll down here, we can see that a lot of the analyst ratings right now are kind of mixed, but a lot of them are showing above where we're at now, except for this unknown analyst here. A lot of them, again, seem to think that this is kind of a deal right now. But if we go over and look at the quarterly earnings that they just announced, we can talk about some of these highlights that they are going to, for the future of AMD. And again, if you guys don't know, AMD is a big chip manufacturer, a lot of computer processors, server chips, processors, they got graphics cards, they've got everything more. They've got so much stuff going for them. But we can see that AMD announced that stockholders overwhelmingly approved the acquisition of Xilinx, which again, proposed acquisition remains on track to close by the end of this year, which is a major merger with them. But they also announced that they're going to perform a $4 billion share repurchase program, which AMD expects to fund this through cash generation and operations. So this is good for both people who own it now and the ones that are potentially going to buy it, because when you buy it and when they do the buyback, that means there's going to be less on the market, which in turn somewhat is going to raise the price. Now, it's not going to raise it by hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you're going to see some kind of return with that repurchase program. Go ahead.
I think I was just going to say the same thing that you were going to say, but they have 1.22 billion shares outstanding. So that's, a lot of shares when, coming from the EV space that we're most familiar with, everyone besides NIO kind of has around 800 million. NIO has a whole lot, but yeah, so when you go from, you're used to seeing kind of 800 million and then, they have 1.22 billion, that's, seems like a lot.
Right.
So.
It is.
Yeah.
But they're also announcing that they're going to be working with Google Cloud for a new instance. Basically, they're going to be supplying Google with the server chips, the third generation AMD EPYC processors. I'm struggling right now because I'm so excited about this. But basically, they're saying that this is going to give 56% better performance and 40% higher price performance for scale-out workloads compared to other cloud instances. So with them partnering with Google, that is another form of revenue for them. And I know that they produce the chips for the PlayStation 4 or for the PlayStations and for the Xboxes.
I was just going to say that as well. But yeah, also cloud stuff, it's been booming, but it's just the start of the cloud, revolution, guys. It's just going to get bigger. And I work with a company that we do cloud stuff, and the revenue there is unbelievable. And it's just, a lot of times it's always a subscription thing. So it's just reoccurring revenues all the time. And it's huge, cash maker there. With cloud stuff.
100%. And as I'm reading through this right now, it says AMD announced Tesla is using the AMD Ryzen embedded processors for their Tesla Model S and the Model X vehicles, which is huge. That is a huge win. They're completely blowing Intel out of the water with some of this news coming out. And I honestly can see this is the exact reason that's going to drive that price up towards that 150 mark with deliveries and doing things like this. But we can see real quick, let me pull the pictures. We can see their revenue trend, clearly just an uptrend as well. Strong revenue growth over the last couple years and over the last couple months. Clearly we can see almost a 100% year-over-year growth in quarter 2 2021 this year, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Just insane.
Yeah, it is. It's 100% insane. And then we got their gross margin, which continues to climb as well, up 48%. Their net income was a massive jump. Huge, massive jump, up 352% year over year. And then their earnings per share, again, up as well, up 346%. Absolutely crushing it with AMD. And then let me see here. It was this one that I wanted to look at real quick as well. So this is their financial outlook for Q3 of 2021. And they are looking at a $4.1 billion revenue, give or take $100 million, which...
Right.
Well,
When you're talking
give or
about
take.
billions, right? When you're talking about billions, you know, what, 100 million? Like,
Right, exactly. And it looks like they're still predicting their gross margin to be around the 48%, which is fine by me, 100% fine by me. But their operating expenses, again, going to go back up to about $1 billion. Now, it'll be interesting to see if that continues to hold, just because of, you know, with all the things that they've got going for them, giving, you know, Google the chips for their servers and supplying AMD and Microsoft
I'm sure
and Sony.
I'm sure they're going to be expanding a little bit, you know, to support all that. But also, I know they're spending a lot in R&D right now, which, you know, you kind of have to if you want to, you know, progress as a company and, you know, put out better things. So, I mean, to further the company, you're always going to have to spend more money. But as long as obviously you're making more money as well, then it's fine.
Right, exactly. So with all this information, I'm hoping to see AMD sit around the $110, $115 mark by the end of the year, and we're already at like 100. So to me, that's a little bit conservative. I might even go up to maybe 125. That's
Right.
probably where I want to see AMD. Depends how they perform throughout the rest of the year. I know the chip shortage was a big deal for a lot of companies, so we'll see if they can keep up with that demand as that eases up. But that's going to wrap up this long video. We hope you guys enjoyed this kind of content. If you did, you hit that like, share, notification about all that good stuff. This is something new for us. We have never really done a video like this, so we're kind of breaking out, doing new things. But if you like it, again, show us the support and let us know in the comment section below. Maybe you guys can show us some stocks that we could talk about and look into, because we're always open to looking at new stocks and investing as well. But again, all that stuff is down below that we talk about all the time in all of our videos. We got stuff down there for Webull. We got something down there for the Patreon that actually gets you access to our Discord with well over 100 members. All the fantastic Discord. You got all the portfolios. You got our portfolios. You got the Discord portfolio. Whole bunch of stuff over there if you guys are interested in that. And we also got a link down there for the Stock News merchandise if you're interested in that. But that's gonna wrap up this video. We hope you guys liked it, and we'll see you guys in the next video.